Try to imagine a world pandemic, a catastrophe where all the males are wiped out in one go instantaneously. What will happen? Let's find out. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's Jose here, welcoming you to another episode of Amazing Worlds, where today I am going to be reviewing Why the Last Man by writer Jason Aaron and artist Pia Guerra. And before that, let me just get this out of the way. I'm trying to deal with, I know the lighting isn't fantastic, isn't great, but it's so sunny here. I mean, summer is finally come on, and I haven't got the greatest setup, so I do apologize for the shades and the changes in light during the filming here. But having got that out of the way, shout out, hello new subscribers, whoever you are. I hope you're enjoying the content. Thank you very much for subscribing, really appreciate that. Comment, please let me know what you think, my opinions, are they rubbish, do you agree, do you disagree? Please welcome aboard and let me know. Anyway, so what have we got here? Why the Last Man, which I've got here in the collected 5 omnibus editions in paperback, is a original run of 60 issues, which got collected in 10 trade paperbacks originally. That's the first time I read it, when a friend lent them to me, and then I bought them here, and I probably think this is the best way to collect it. You've got all the issues here, plus a few extras at the back of each volume with original character art, work, and original sort of character studies and original scripts. The premise of the books, like I mentioned, is about imagine when all of a sudden all the human males are wiped out of existence in one go. So the world falls into this sort of semi-catastrophic situation, because it's not a complete regression or a complete loss of technology, but sort of the world is really sort of turned upside down, and we only have one survivor. Why? So Yorick, hence why he's the last man alive, him and his capuchin monkey. And he then is trying to rejoin his sister, his girlfriend, his mum, who happens to be a congresswoman that, because of the situation, gets sort of pushed up, a bit like the royal family. If so many people die, you become the king or the queen, so she becomes the president of the US, and she tasks a special agent to bring Yorick to safety. Because being the only male survivor in the world, everyone is after him. Some people with the intent of killing him, some people with the intent of capturing him and using him to try to bring humanity back from the brink. So he's being chased by a ninja, Israeli secret services, Russians. There's a lot of people out to get him, and he is this sort of very deepy, silly, very not savvy with women sort of character, sort of archetypal character, very clumsy with women in a world dominated by women. So he's often used for comedic element, and as a sort of background to him, one of his traits is he's a trainee escape artist, so he's a escape artist. We follow his adventures as he sort of is rejoined with his mum, and he encounters a scientist who works on human clonation, and they try to go to her lab, which is destroyed, then they go to her secondary lab, and eventually they travel across to Japan via Australia in order to get his DNA and get humanity going. The themes of how would the world cope in such an event are sort of mildly explored. So you get, I suppose, the whole spectrum of some women who think that's the best thing that could have happened to the world, getting rid of all the men. you get some women that actually miss men, and they try to keep Yorick safe and on his side, but it's not exploring in great detail, and the origins of the catastrophe that brought about this radical change in the world are unclear. Although throughout the books, different theories as to why this sudden eradication of all males happen are put forward, from the mystical to the natural to the man-made. Different reasons are provided, and in an interview, Brian Vaughan basically left it out up to the reader to decide which one of the reasons that are put forward do you believe, and do you think is what brought about this catastrophe, this issue. The artwork for the series was pretty much all of it drawn by penciler Pia Guerra. The artwork reminded me a lot of the style of Steve Dillon in Preacher and Hellblazer. I think the marriage of the art and the writing is really, really good. I think the artwork suits the story really, really well. One bone of contention I've got with the art, one gripe, and I'm not trying to score any points here or anything like that, is how I actually felt it the first time I've read the books. I've read them 3 times back to back. Is that every single woman in the series is hot. All the women are super sexy, really pretty, really beautiful. Each and every single one of them. There's not a single ugly woman in the whole series. I don't know why, because I thought that maybe perhaps having a female artist throughout the series, she should be a bit more attuned to maybe female considerations, and having a sort of wider representation of body types and different paradigms, or different what's the word I'm looking for, stereotypes of female beauty. But no, they are all top model bodies, and they're all super sexy.
Do it, honey.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I think it sort of I was going to say it takes away some of the realism of the story, but obviously this sort of sci-fi weird thing, it's not. Why am I talking about realism here in this context? I don't know. I just thought it is something I didn't quite enjoy from the series, but my opinion. I've heard some criticism leveled at the books that actually it isn't so much a sci-fi apocalypse type story, but it's more of a road trip where it's basically we're trying to get Yorick from point A to B via sea, and we have a few adventures along the way, which is true. It is true. If you choose to just say as one big sort of road trip type story, I think you have that. There's a very strong element of that. Some of the science is explored. Some of the more world-ending elements are there as well. And perhaps they're not the most prevalent in the story. There are the books also provide their own apocrypha. So in some jumps between books, you've got references to events that happen between books, but are not actually detailed there. So it's got its own mythology going around there, and that's okay. That's fine. That's kind of interesting. There are a couple of stories that are filler, that are clear filler, where maybe Pia Guerra was running behind with the art, and a couple of issues are kind of standalone stories, just there they do not advance the plot at all. Yeah, I'm talking about, if you've read the one with the theatre company, the all-female theatre company, that clearly is just filler, holding place for the main artist to get on with the story, and that's not uncommon in long-running issues. The series ran for about 60 issues originally. It won 3 Eisner Awards, like the Oscars for the comics. It is a really interesting, gripping story. My wife read it, she quite enjoyed it. I hear it's been commissioned for a TV show, and I think it would work really, really well as a limited 3-4 season TV show. I'll be quite interested in watching that and following that. I would definitely recommend it. Basically anything published by Vertigo Comics, it's good, and this is a prime example of what they got up to and what the label was all about, putting out these ideas out there and giving them a place. So yeah, why The Last Man? Strongly recommended. Very enjoyable, consistent tone and art throughout the series. Very little to complain about. Definitely a worthy addition to any collection. As you can see, that's my Vertigo shelf there. So yeah, I believe this is all I've got for today now. So please like, subscribe, comment, let me know. I've tried to make it as spoiler free as possible. I know I haven't gone into very much details about the story, but it's got all you want. Strong characters, pacey plot. Even as I said, even these side stories are interesting in on their own merit and by themselves, because they do sort of explore the world rather than the main plot. But that's that's okay. That's good. And there's not so very many of them. The ending, it is satisfying. And actually, on the second read, I think I pinpointed the reason for the Holocaust, the apocalypse there. But I'll leave it to you to figure out which of the different options that I put forward is the one that you think is the right one. The answer is there. We got it from the author. The answer is there, and it's up to you to figure it out. Until next time, please take lots of care, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.